Welcome to Jason Cavness Experience. I'm your host, Jason Cavness. As a reminder, I'm one of the speakers for Military Creator Con on April 16th, April 18th. I'll be talking about how to leverage your content into different opportunities. I'm actually speaking on Friday, April 17th at 2 p.m. in Arlington, Texas. So be sure to come and check me out. Our guest today is Mimi. Mimi, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's my honor. It's my first time, so I'll try my best.
No, you'll do fine. And speak up just a little louder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
So first thing is always try to start with a softball question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do for fun, or what are some of your hobbies?
Ooh, I love writing songs on my guitar. Yeah, I've been doing that for several years. I kind of stepped back from it these days because I've been busy with life, but that's something I do. I also like just to chill, watching movies, dramas, K-dramas, listening to music. Yeah.
So how long you been writing songs and playing the guitar?
Oh, I remember I started when I was in primary school. So it was a long time ago, but I didn't really pick up the guitar like when I started college.
Mhm.
So it's been a while.
Do you ever perform in public?
Oh, no.
Come on now.
Can't. No, I just do it in the realm of my bedroom.
So has
That's
anyone
it.
heard you play guitar or sing or anything?
No.
No?
That's too much for me. I'm an introvert.
I mean, so no one's heard you play.
Well, I mean, I may post here and there, but on my Instagram, but
Yeah.
it's like on private, so
Okay.
only a couple of my friends.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm exploding into anything.
So what would it take to convince? What would someone have to do to convince you to go out like in public and then play?
Oh, nothing.
That shit ain't
Like,
happening.
I just cannot.
Like $1
stand
billion,
the scrutiny
a
of
big
the internet.
mansion,
Oh, yeah. That's. I may think about that for sure.
but
Okay.
something regular, no way.
No way. It's just for fun. It's
So
not gonna
so
earn
just
me
so why do you do it for? Just it brings you peace.
It's very therapeutic
Mhm.
for
Yeah.
sure. Just it's like a way of me writing journal.
Mhm.
But I just put melodies to it,
Uh-huh.
and like it's like a puzzle game
Okay.
to me too. Because when you write lyrics to a melody,
Mhm.
it takes you a couple of tries to like find the right words so that it rhymes correctly. It sounds good in a song. So it's like a creative game for me
Uh-huh.
because like in my daily work, I have to work a lot using data, so it's more on the science side.
Mhm.
So having something that is for my right brain is our right brain for the creative side, right? So it's kind of balanced me out a little bit.
I mean, this is so intriguing to me. How often do you practice or play or write?
Oh, I was on and off for a while actually. Even though I said I picked up my guitar when I first started college, I kind of gave up in the middle because it was so hard. Like, because I self-learned. So at the time, I just do it via YouTube, and then like my hands are too small for the guitar as well. Doing the bar chords and all, it's challenging. So and then there was something happened to me at the time, so I gave up on that for a couple of years. Like I have some creative block, and then I went through something that I just want to step back for a while. I'll just be by myself. And then once I get to a good place, I just started to pick it up again. So yeah, it was a strange time. But it felt so fulfilling being able to pick up my paper and pen and my guitar again to write. I thought I lost it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after this, I don't have time. But after this, there's actually a really cool guitar store like right on the corner if you want to go check it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's the name?
I don't remember the name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just
You
like
let me know
it's,
later.
it's just around the corner. Yeah.
Okay.
So have you heard this stat? There's a stat that says that no matter what you do,
Mm-hmm.
if you only do it like suppose you like I don't know, do karate 1 hour a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the year, you'll be better than 90% of the people in the world doing karate, right?
I truly believe
I've heard that, right?
Yes. It's
Now-
like you try to be 1% better every day.
Yeah.
I truly believe that.
And so, how many guitars have you had through the years?
Oh, I only have one.
Just one.
Yeah, just one for now. An acoustic guitar.
Mm.
Oh, actually, let me step that back because I forgot to mention I moved countries quite a bit, and in each country, because I cannot really bring guitars from country to country.
Yeah.
It's like a huge challenge.
Yeah.
So actually, I have three, but then yeah, I have to lift some back in the other country. So
And so, like when you do guitar playing and music, right? You like get inspiration. You just do it. When you get inspiration, you have like a schedule. You do. I'm gonna do this like once a week or once a day.
no, it's such a creative process that you cannot really schedule
Yeah.
it. It's just
So you get
like
inspiration.
whenever inspiration
Okay.
comes, it comes.
The songs are they like upbeat pop songs, kind of sad? Like kind of songs do you write?
I really enjoy like pop rock,
Mhm.
like Kelly Clarkson,
Yeah.
Michelle Branch,
Yeah.
The Oasis, like those indie rock songs. I enjoy those
Mhm.
kind of vibes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Man, we could talk 3 hours just about your guitar playing.
Oh, I didn't
Man,
know.
this is so cool. Yeah, man. But you should think about at least I don't know maybe not like putting out public with your name, but maybe like making like a fake channel,
Oh gosh,
or like just like a fake music channel and make it like faceless.
I actually like. I mentioned that I write songs, right? But besides writing songs, I also do like journaling online before.
Mm.
Like I did it really actively since I was in middle school up until I finished my college. And then I transferred from back in the day in Asia. One of the platform that they had is was Yahoo 360, and then they deprecated that. So I moved to Facebook. They have on Facebook they have this function called Notes, where I can write long entries like weekly. I try to do that, just like journaling a lot about my student lives. I used to do that. I have a very close group of friends, but then the internet just started exploded into something very different now, and it's such a challenging space to navigate. Like people are more like tend to scrutinize you in like so many different ways you cannot really tell. So it's kind of makes me feel a little bit intimidated about putting myself more out there. So these days I just try to keep my circle really, really small, but those are the people that I know that I can trust in, and then I don't feel like I have to be afraid of anything. But I do have my boundary with the internet these days.
So that makes sense. But like by doing that, do you think you're cheating yourself of maybe like experiences you would not be able to have by doing that?
Oh, that's a good way to put it. I did think about that as well, but there's always trade-offs in life. It's just eventually about which poison you want to go for. So yeah, that's my choice for now.
Okay, no worries. So since 17, you've been in Vietnam, Malaysia, United States. Like, how has that experience shaped you? And also talk about like, why did you move to each place, and like, how long did you live in each place?
Okay, wow, it's been like almost 10 years ago. So before, like a couple of months before I turned 17, I moved to the States to pursue my last year of high school degree. I did running start here in Washington State. And then I did that throughout the years for like 4 years to finish my college degree. And then I worked here for a year. And after that, I went back to my home country, which is Vietnam. Worked there for 2 years and then moved to Malaysia because I moved within my same company to Malaysia. Worked there for 5 years. Didn't really expect to be in Malaysia for that long. COVID, it's one of the reasons. But I enjoy my time there a lot. I learned a ton, made really great friends. And then due to changes, I moved back here to the state to pursue my master degrees. So yeah, I'm here now.
So here's a question for you. So a lot of time people will say, like, use the term loosely Asian, right? Like when someone calls you Asian, you get kind of mad, like, no, I'm not Asian, I'm Vietnamese.
Oh yeah, that's a great question. Actually, I remember when I first came to the States, I tried really, really hard to like blend in. Like, I don't want people to think that I'm a foreigner. I don't know, like, I didn't think being an Asian was cool back in the day. I don't know why. It was bad to think about that now. But over the year, I feel like I have my own story being an Asian, and then to tell people that, and I think it's something very unique. Sometimes it's a conversation starter for people. Um, it makes the conversation so much interesting in so many ways to share. Like, gives people a new perspective about things that they may not know about the country before, for example. So and for myself, I get to learn other people perspective about my country, which is interesting. And give myself that flexibility to like talk about things. You know, sometimes people may have like misconception about my country or being an Asian in general. So I get to like let them know, oh, you know what, my experience is different. Here it is. So I hope that it gives them new perspectives too. Yeah.
So how long were you in Malaysia again?
5 years.
And how long have you been in the United States?
Okay, so back then, like, I think 5 or 6 years ago, I was there for 5 years, and then now I have been staying here for 2 years, so 7 years. In
Okay.
total.
So 17 Vietnam, 5 Malaysia, and 7 here.
Yeah.
And so how like how do the different cultures compare? Like
Oh
what's
gosh, I can spend the whole days telling you about that.
like I know nothing about Malaysia. Like I've been to Vietnam a few times. I know a
Yeah.
lot about that. Malaysia, I have no clue about anything in Malaysia.
Okay, let's talk about Vietnam later.
Okay.
But for now, for Malaysia, I would say they're a melting pot. Like, there's different culture: Chinese, Muslim, Malaysian, Indian. Very interesting, different food, culture, religions. But because of that, I think people there are very open-minded about like seeing different things. It doesn't really faze them if they see something like different. It's more like they try to blend in as a country. At the same time, trying to preserve the essence of their origin, and I think that's so interesting about it. And during that, it's just a story popping up in my mind for now. There's challenges coming up with that, living there, because we have so many different cultures, and at a workplace setting, we try to be very inclusive, being considerate of everyone's culture. So when we like get together wanting to hang out, we like each each religion too, they have like different diets. So I remember some people cannot eat beef, some people cannot eat pork or fish, some can only do vegetarian. So usually if we have a very diverse group going out to eat, usually we will have chicken or we will have vegan. So that's quite a challenge for me to navigate at first, food like dietary wise, but it also gives me a lot of perspective about like give me an awareness to be considerate of others people. So that's
So how is it like a lot of people that have trouble like navigating different cultures, right? How were you able to like naturally like or so easy like navigate through all these cultures?
So I have my parents and my grandpa and grandmas to thank for. They okay, so in Vietnam, I was born in the south, but my parents they were born in the north, and then my grandpa from my father's side, he's from the central. So growing up, I was like listening to all of these different accents within my family, eating foods from different regions of Vietnam. So, for example, in the south, like people tend to eat more like sweet on the sweeter side. The north, it's more savory, and the central, it's more like spicy. So I got to experience those differences. And then even with my accents, my parents told me that when I was young, like my accent is more northern style. But then because they shipped me to school, and then it slowly changed to the southern style, and then it got mixed in the middle. And then food wise, language wise, certain words in Vietnamese, they may be used differently, like they may be said differently in different regions too. So, like those nuances that I experienced growing up really like give me that awareness of being aware of like different things in my life. And so that when I went to the States, it doesn't really face me because of those differences. I just like coming up to those differences in a more open heart, open mind, and embrace them as I live there longer. So.
And isn't Vietnamese like one of the hardest languages to learn because you might say one word, but you change the tones on it and means different things?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a very interesting language. I didn't really know about that because, I grew up learning it. But then from another, like a foreigner's perspective, I don't really know until I scroll on Instagram here and there. And then there's this, like, comedic videos where people say, oh, this is how hard Vietnamese is. If you change the accent of certain words, it means different things, and it was so funny to know about that perspective.
Can you explain the concept? This is something I recently learned of. Like, I know they do it in Vietnam. I think they do it in every country in Asia. But y'all being given English names at a young age.
Oh no. This is the first time that I heard about that. But I assume what you say, it's maybe when the student they go to an English class, and then they may pick like an English name for themselves. My name particularly is not an English name.
Okay.
It's actually my nickname at home. So when I came here, I was like, okay, my Vietnamese name is hard to pronounce here.
Okay.
And then I don't want people to.
I know a lot of
like,
Americans with
butcher it.
the name of Mimi.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Cool.
Especially Italians. I know a lot of Italians that go by Mimi.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks to my parents for that. But yeah, thanks to my parents, I decided I was thinking about getting an English name, but eventually none felt like me at the time. So I was like, oh yeah, I've been growing up as Mimi, so might as well just go as Mimi.
Yeah.
So that's how it is.
So what do you see as like the biggest misunderstanding between like Vietnamese and American cultures?
Oh, misunderstanding. That's a good question. Okay, I have a particular story. And just so you know, I don't mean to generalize anything. It's just from that particular story and with those people. So when I first came to the States, I was 17, so I was underage. So I was assigned to live with a host family. So in the host family, we have like a couple of more kids, and they're in the age of like learning in middle school, and then they learn about the history of the history of America. And one of those mentioned about the Vietnam War. And then I remember one day coming home, and the host daughter, she asked the question in the sweetest way. I'm pretty sure she didn't mean anything. It just came out from her curiosity about the country. She asked me like, oh, in Vietnam, do you guys have TV? And then I was holding an Apple laptop, exactly the same model as the one that she was having at the time. I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure we still have that. We're pretty developed from the last time, from when you learn about the war, because at that time it was like 30 or 40 years after the war already. So it was kind of funny for her to ask that question, in my opinion. So, but at the same time, I was thinking maybe she hasn't gotten a chance to like watch videos about what's going on now in the country or visit it there. So that's why she asked such question. But I was so happy that she asked that, because I also have a chance to like let her know about like how developed the country is right now too, so that she can have more knowledge, and maybe I hope that she would learn something new that day.
So you came here by yourself at 17?
Yeah, yeah. My parents would
What was it
freak
like?
out about.
Like there's something you
Oh,
wanted to do, or do your parents try to talk you out of it? Like,
oh gosh, like I remember. Oh, okay. There's a little bit context before that. Um, my parents, they actually wanted me to go to Singapore because my sister was there like for 10 years. So at least there would be some supervision there for me because, I was so young. But then I was like, I grew up consuming American media in terms of like movies, TV, music, reading a lot about American. So somehow I feel like it's part of me. So it was like I bawled my eyes out. Like ask my parents, please let me go to the States. But then at the time it's a huge financial challenge for our family too to think about that. It's and to think that my parents decided to invest in my future in how I want to do it like that and trust me enough to let me go at such a young age. It's a huge privilege and a huge, I would say, I feel so grateful that they let me at the time because it's such a formative time of my life because I was about to turn an adult. So yeah, that's how it is.
how was your English when you came here at 17?
Okay, so I would say pretty solid.
Okay.
Thanks to my parents because they started me when I was really really young. Like I think at the time that I started to learn Vietnamese at school, like writing and reading, they started me with my English as well. And but when I was a kid, like all I wanted to play. I saw my friends all hang out on the weekends, and my parents would like got me into like these language school, and it was like such a hard time for me at the time. At one point, I think I would resent them because I didn't have time to play with my friends. But now thinking back, I couldn't thank them enough for that.
And you came into Seattle or somewhere else?
Yeah, in Washington.
Washington. Okay.
And then I went to a college, a community college for Running Start in Bellingham.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one good thing, Seattle does have a pretty good Asian Vietnamese community. So it wasn't like you went to the middle of white America, Nebraska, where the only Vietnamese there. At least you had some kind of community here, right?
Yeah, a lot. But when I first came to Bellingham at the time, there were not that many Vietnamese there, and my experience to the Vietnamese there, and even here in the Seattle area, I think it's a little bit different in a sense that a lot of them are immigrants, and for me, I'm an international student.
Yeah.
So I could feel there's some difference
Yeah.
in like how we see the world and interact. So yeah,
So how often do you go back to Vietnam?
I would say every 2 years back then, but this year I was able to go back one time. So yeah, not a lot because
Okay.
it was quite a long trip and quite pricey to.
So I think there's a term called where like if you're, I might be getting this wrong, but if you're Vietnamese, you're born in America, and you go back to Vietnam, you call like a Viet Q or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Are you considered Viet Q or because you're born in Vietnam? You're
Oh,
not?
Viet Kieu.
Or what is exactly is that?
It's the concept of that is I think it's either you were born overseas but your origin is Vietnamese. That's one way to think about that. Or you may be spending time living abroad for so long and then you come back to the country. Then yeah, maybe that could be called Viet Kieu. Yeah.
Okay. So you talked earlier about how in Malaysia, you come to work at all different cultures. What did you learn about like navigating different cultures in the workplace from your experience there?
Yeah, that's a good question. Workplace wise, I think, okay, I'm just gonna give one example. In my office, we have people coming from Japan, Korea, Malaysian, Indian, Vietnamese, Thailand, and like I know, thankfully, because besides consuming American media, I also listen to a lot of K-pop back in the day, back in 2009, way before it explodes like at its scale right now. And because of that, I get to know that for Korean, they really care about hierarchy. So when I talk to the Korean managers over there, like I try to like give them like a sense of that. Oh, I respect you because you're senior, more senior than I do. So when I present things to them, I would be like, try to be first of all respectful about that, and then second of all, I would always consult for their ideas and prioritize their idea to like navigate my way on how to do things. So yeah, that's one of the example that I could give.
Well, that had to be a challenge for you, right? Would it ever happen like you're doing that and you're like, this guy's like maybe older, more senior, but I'm like, this guy's an idiot, right? I know way more than this person, and you still had like kind of like humble yourself, like kind of do that. That I mean, no one likes to do that, right?
No, no. Thankfully, I haven't encountered that. I mean, yeah, I may encounter that.
I'm sure you have through the years,
yeah,
at least
yeah,
once,
yeah,
yeah.
That's true. But first of all, I try to block those bad experiences out of my mind. Second of all, I think there's only so much you can allow to affect you in a sense. Like, yeah, that happened, but I also try to control it to not let it impact me so much. And I try to put a boundary on how much that I would let it happen, or else I'm just gonna like do the minimum, do the bare minimum, and then try not to interact with that person much if I feel like it inhibit my ability to grow. So yeah.
So you've solved problems like or like you saw problems around misaligned teams, low product adoption, and other things. Like, what's a common characteristics you had by solving all those problems?
I would say those kind of things requires a lot of teams to get involved, and different teams, they have different KPIs, different goals, and being able to map it out like to a same goal between those teams, and then having like very mini talking sessions about them talking about like what they think could help them from the other team, let it out in the open, and that's when we can map it out how we can work around. So
So do you have like a secret formula to make that happen?
oh, it's very different each time because each team, each rollout, each products, each initiatives, they have very different characteristic for that. I would say to be flexible overall, and then to keep an open mind. But a formula for the sake of the question, I would say always have a session where people can vent.
That's a good one.
Yes. I think people really appreciate that for sure. And from there, you could learn a lot to untie any knots in between.
So how do you handle like when you have all your team players together, and you in your mind like, you know what, Jason's not on the same page. Jason's being kind of fucking sour right now.
Yeah.
How do you like handle that stuff?
Ooh. As I said before, there's only so much that I would draw a boundary for. But eventually, I think we have to go meet somewhere in the middle to finish the final products that we all agree on. Definitely like talk to them about that. I know it's such a simple thing to say, and when I say talk to them, it's like if we can build a rapport with them beforehand, that helps somehow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a note here to ask you. There's something called a $7 million uplift project, and what was the turning point that made it work?
I'm sorry.
Something called the $7 million uplift project, and what
Oh,
made that
that
work?
one. Oh, okay, that one. It's a pretty interesting one. So that one, I worked with the sales team, the marketing team, and the operations team. So each team, for operations team, they care a lot about their how much time they have to spend solving a case for the customer. For them, having tracked on time, it's very important. For marketing, they need to roll out the communication on a certain campaigns as quick as possible. And because they roll it out so fast, the customer will start bringing in questions to the operations team, and then they wouldn't have enough time to process the new information to best serve the customer. So that caused a challenge for the operations team when the marketing team roll it out too fast without like proper communication. And then for the process at the time at my company, the operations team, if they cannot handle the customer question to a certain level, they would start transfer the case to the sales team to continue handle it, because the sales team is considered the account managers of those partners. The sales team, if they receiving such high volumes of dispute from the customer, from the operations, it inhibit them to work on other more important tasks, which is generate more revenue to the company. So for that case, I sit around with the three teams, basically let them vent, as I mentioned before, and then I would make a suggestion to the three teams, asking marketing team before rolling out something, please be aware we have an operations team that will handle the question as soon as the communication was sent out. And then marketing team made that note. And I think at the time they weren't aware that there would be an impact in the operations side, because that wasn't in their radar. And after I informed them that, it only came to their mind. So from then on, they knew that whenever they roll out any kind of communication, one of the few things that they need to put on their task to do is to let the operations managers know about the upcoming initiatives and communication, so that the operations manager can get enough information to train the agent before the rollout. And then at the same time, the sales team, they would train, like do a mini session of training for the operations agents on how to like effectively communicate with the partners, so as to lower the number of case transferred to them. So because like for operations, they were not really trained to like talk to the partners in a more commercial sense. So the sales team helped them with that. And with those changes in place, it really helps and uplift the campaign and make it successful as a whole.
So you're probably not going to answer this question, but like from your experience between sales, marketing, operations, all these business functions and teams, which one's the hardest one to work with?
Oh, I would say operations, because they have to face with the partners face on. Like the questions are very unpredictable. For the other two teams, sales team also. I would say operations and sales, because they have to talk to the partners directly. Marketing, I think they work more in-house, more in an internal sense. But my answer may varies.
Okay.
Also, but it's also based on my past experience too. So for others, it may be different.
Yes.
Yeah, just want to put it out there.
So do you consider yourself like a person who does data analytics or a data science or product person? Like, what do you consider yourself?
I think I'm at an intersection of data, project management, am a business analyst. Yeah.
And what's your degree in again?
Business analytics.
Analytics. So
Mhm.
what exactly is that?
So what I
And do you have a
studied-
master's degree or just a bachelor's degree?
I just recently had my master.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's that in?
Business analytics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My bachelor was is in international business.
Okay.
So business analytics, we learned about analyzing data. But these days, because of the emergence of AI, we also learn about machine learning, taking data to do predictive models. So yeah.
Can a business be too small to do business analytics or data science stuff?
That's a good question. I wouldn't say so. I think maybe the data size may be smaller, but these days we have so many resources online that one can learn and can run. But obviously, I know that there are certain tools that can help them a lot, but they have to pay a lot as well. And with a smaller size company, in order to be able to afford such expensive tool annually, it's a lot. But I would say Excel would do. I mean, it's been there for decades. People, certain simple models may work on Excels if they know how to utilize it.
Yeah, people like Excel. I don't think anyone uses Excel to the full power of Excel. I don't think.
Yeah, absolutely not. And just so these days, I just realized they add on more features.
Yeah.
Like you can do Python on Excel too. It's insane.
That's my pet peeve. Like all these tech companies always add this great stuff, but they never advertise it right.
Yeah.
Like you're just supposed to know. Like no, but I didn't. Like, I had no idea about Python Excel.
Yeah. I just learned from social media,
Yeah.
honestly. I know I try to distance myself from social media, but it's also such a good source for me to learn.
Yeah, a lot of good
about
educational
different
stuff
things.
on there for sure,
Yeah,
especially
yeah.
TikTok. So, can it be for any industry also? Like maybe a restaurant or like
Yes.
I don't know. The industry doesn't matter as far as the analytics.
Yes. So I believe data flows in any industry for sure. It's a day and age of data. We have a tons of data these days. It's like those are such a rich resource that the business owner, if they want to use it, it's going to be amazing.
Can it be too much data though?
No, there's no such thing as too much data.
No.
Look at Google.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's true. So how do you make sure like the data you have is like crap data? You know, what's that term? Garbage in, garbage out.
Oh, yeah, that's a good
How
question.
like can you validate and make sure this is actually like accurate?
So there's this very interesting statistic. It says that 80% of a data scientist or business analyst time is used to clean the data. So same goes to my work scope as well. I spend a majority of my time cleaning data. Of course, like there are certain ways to make the job easier is to control the data input to avoid like data being dirty later on down the line. And then it also about understanding the data, the domain, the business domain. It's very important too, because I think those two things helps a lot with like controlling the cleanliness of the data.
So there's a term called tech debt. Is there such thing as data? Is it like data debt?
Debt?
Yeah.
As in like DEBT?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never.
Yeah. So there's a thing
learned
called
about
tech
that.
debt where like you might build a product, but you take like a shortcut, right? But in the long run, you have to get rid of the shortcut and build it the fast way.
Oh.
So with
okay.
data that maybe it's like a bad data in, you deal with the bad data, and then you have to do double work. So
Yeah.
like a data debt.
Oh, that's such a good
Yeah.
term. Yeah, thanks for letting me know about that. Maybe later I would Google more about that. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So you talk about how it's hard to build trust and build data. Like what's harder?
Trust and build
Yeah.
data. Oh,
Well, it says that you said solving hard problems requires both data and trust. So it's harder to build data or trust. I would think it's hard to build trust.
okay. I agree with you
Yeah.
on that. Trust is partially it's more intuitive,
Hmm.
and it requires human interaction, and human interaction
Yeah,
is
it's
too
hard to build it,
complicated.
and it's so easy to get rid of it. Yeah,
Exactly. Data it's more tangible.
it's more like data's data, right?
Yeah,
2 + 2 is
exactly.
always 4 for the most
Exactly.
part. Yeah.
It's more sciencey. But yeah, trust is harder. I agree
How
with
about
you.
this one? I'll just make this up, right?
Yeah.
So a data stash or whatever. So like I just said 2 + 2 is 4, but
Mhm.
actually like 2 + 2 is 4,
Mhm.
1 + 1 + 1 is 4,
Mhm.
12 - 8 is 4. Like, does it matter like how that data is like assigned like that? If that makes any sense? Because you have different ways to get to different answers, but
Yeah,
it's still the
yeah.
same answer, right?
Totally understand. Yeah. There's different ways to obtain the data
Hmm.
for sure. But at the same time, there's one aspect about data science that I want to mention here is the regulatory of it,
Hmm.
the regulatory part of it. Because there's different ways of obtaining data, but you want to do it in a right way. You don't want to invade someone's privacy just for the sake of getting the data. So yeah.
So what's some of the mistakes that business people make when like analyzing or using data to make decisions?
A mistake.
Yeah.
I would say not having the domain knowledge to accompany the data. Data, there's only so much a data can tell you,
Mhm.
like just the numbers. I think it's very important to have domain knowledge because it, I think if anything, domain knowledge should comes, it's something bigger than the data as well. The data would be like a supplement to make a decision more concrete. Yeah.
So how should someone balance like someone's been a business owner for like say 20 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now he start using data, right?
Mm-hmm.
How should you balance like balancing between the data says one thing, but his intuition says something else, right? How should
Mm.
someone balance the two? Like I've been doing this for 20 years, I know what this is,
Yeah.
but the data says, well, no, you've been wrong for 20 fucking years. Like how
Mm.
do you like get around that?
Always check back on the data if there's, you know, the data might say one thing, but what if the entry of the data is incorrect,
Mm.
right? So there's so many things that you need to go back to the origin of how the data is collected. For example, if you do a survey on people who's working in the industry, but then for the age section, it lets you input the age of like 0 to 3. Would that make sense? No, right? Yeah.
All right, how does this work? Right, like, suppose you're doing some kind of data product for someone, and like, what's the date? Today's March 23rd,
Mm-hmm.
and they say, hey, we need this done by by April 10th, right?
Mm-hmm.
You do analysis, look, and you tell the boss, hey, in order to get an accurate number, I need to like April 31st.
Mm-hmm.
And the boss says, hey, April 10th, your deadline, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance that, like getting this to get it fast enough, but that you still having accuracy?
I mean, that situation happens all the time in the business. We always have to act even though we don't have enough data. I think we can still do the delivery, but with a disclaimer. And then as we have more data, we can always update things so that we don't lag behind of what's going on. Yeah.
Has there been a time where you did a project and presented data, analytics, whatever, and then later on is like you learn, hey, what I presented was all jacked up, I was
Mhm.
completely wrong, and how do
Yeah.
you handle stuff like that?
Yeah, that's a hard one. I think being transparent about what happened to all of the involved stakeholders for sure about that, and also having to come up with a correct solution to let them know for sure.
Is there like a business problem or business challenge that data cannot solve?
Oh, that's a good question. Business and that data cannot solve. again, we go back to the trust. Yes. The trust, the rapports between how people interact with each other. Yeah.
And so, how long were you at Expedia?
Yeah. Almost 7 years.
Okay, so major part of your like career was Expedia,
Yes,
right? That's your
I
like.
grew up there.
Okay.
Right after college.
Okay. So on the notes on your, I found somewhere it said like you drove 90% of jobs at Expedia. What kind of, was it a certain product you drove 90% at, or was it like Expedia in general?
It was for. Okay, so it was for like a promotion for the long tail hotel partners,
Okay.
and the adoption here, it's more how me and my team would maintain that number is. This is specifically for the Vietnamese partner, long tail partners. They really prefer having a direct interaction with the company to learn about the product. So what we did was we had these webinars to the partners, walk them through on how to use the products. And the more they interact with the products, the more likely they will have that ability to self-serve and explore more. And then it definitely helps with the 90% of adoption. Yeah.
And so in products in general, why do you think people like kind of resist to using new products?
I mean, in general, if you experience something new, there's always that fear of like failing. I think fear of failing, it's one thing that people resist of trying new products. But at the same time, people don't know that like you mentioned before, like why didn't I like perform out there more in public, right? They don't know what's good on the other side as well. So it's more about how we can navigate the message about the products so that people would be more willing to try it. Yeah.
I'll make this up. Like, is there a stat that shows like what percentage of products fail? Like, I think every year there's hundreds of thousands of products. How much of them actually like make it or fail?
A real stat for that?
Yeah.
I'm not so sure.
Do you think? I'm guessing like more products fail than make it, right? I would think.
Yeah. Looking at Thomas Edison's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a good example. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it. I think yes, there's a lot of fails, but because there's a lot of fails, we got to experience a lot of cool things out of those as well.
Yeah, that's one thing I talk about the podcast sometimes. Like, I don't think we realize like how many experiences the human race have to go through, right? Like how many humans, had gets bit by a rattlesnake?
Yeah, we have.
How many humans had to eat poison something, right?
Yeah.
Like how many humans say maybe I don't want to fight a mountain lion one-on-one, right? Like how many people died so we get where we're here right here? Like how many people died through like what's it called, the what's that thing, immunities that we have inside of us over the years,
for
like
the vaccines,
yeah,
for sure.
And I don't think we think about that. We think about experience for like products and stuff, but like experience as far as human life, like
Because like vaccines, why I think because these days people don't experience those terrible things before the vaccine, so they don't really realize how important it is to have vaccine. But yeah, I totally get what you mean.
So, what is? You heard the term? I think it's called systems thinking. What is systems thinking?
System thinking. Oh, that's a good question. I'm not so sure how to say it. Okay, can I not answer that? Because I'm not so sure if I can give like a proper definition for that. Yeah.
No worries. So, let's suppose it's a company, they've like, they have like 10, 15, 20 people, and they just scale fast, right? Go for like 20 to 100 people, like pretty fast, right?
Okay.
What usually breaks when a company grows that fast or grows too fast?
What was the question again?
Like
Sorry.
suppose you have like 10 or 20 people in your company,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're real successful, and you bring on 80 more people,
Mm-hmm.
like in 3 or 4 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of companies have a trouble of navigating like such high growth, right?
Oh,
Like
right.
what kind of breaks as far as culture, the way they do business, all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, having new people is definitely very challenging, because originally within those like original 20 people, I'm sure they already have a culture built for themselves in order for the company to work. But having new people, meaning we have new cultures coming in, and that means the company may need to adapt and adjust to be more diverse and welcome those new people coming in for sure. It's I don't think it's gonna be the same, but it's more like the thinking of we should evolve with time, because things will change for sure. If it's not changed now, then it's gonna stay stagnant.
So next question, how do you deal like how do you handle pressure, right? Because always pressure, like deadline, there's pressure you put on yourself, pressure from different things. You want to be successful, of course. You want to do, be good at your job. So how do you handle like quote unquote pressure?
Pressure. I would see it in a point of view of like trying to prevent it first, in a sense that if we do careful scheduling and careful planning, it will help tons to alleviate a lot of pressure down the road. But I'm pretty sure down the road there's gonna be things that's gonna change, and in order to alleviate those pressure, simple, walking away from it for a little bit. Because sometimes if you're in it for so long, your brain starts to get stagnant and seeing the same things. But going out of it, getting some new perspective from elsewhere and coming back, maybe you will see things that you don't necessarily see before. So
Yeah, what's it's called, like seeing the forest for the trees or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So how about this, right? So it's like there's some people out there who like no matter what they're gonna be successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can like give them a project and not really give them the tools they need, not set for success. Maybe the best person team they go away, but they figure a way how to be successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
No matter what, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's other people like you give them all the tools in the world, put the best people in the team. They always find a way somehow, like not come through.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think there's like these two different type of people in the world? Some like figure it out no matter what. Some like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I give you the answer, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on. Or is that just me with that outlook?
Maybe they don't have a goal that benefits for them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see anything
That's
in
good.
it
I
for
like that
them.
answer. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like internal drive, it's so important. Like if you have internal drive, I think no matter how hard things are, it will get you through the end. So internal drive.
So what do you think you get your internal drive from? From your parents, just like the way you're built, your DNA? Where's your internal drive come from?
I guess it's
I
of
mean,
course my upbringing.
yeah, I
from
mean,
my
coming to the States
parents,
at
for
17,
sure.
that takes a little bit of internal drive.
It's yes, it could go very wrong.
Mm.
It could go very wrong. But also having a very grounded family helps a lot, and also I guess part of me being an Asian as well, I don't want my parents to like being worried
Mm-hmm.
about me. They sacrificed so much for me already, so the last thing I want to do is to make them worried. But also it's my ambition.
Mm.
Yeah, that is very important. It's for my personal ambition. That's what drives me.
So what is your ambition? You want to be like VP of? You want to be the director of data science at Microsoft one day, or
Oh,
like what is your
gosh.
ambition long term? You thinking?
Uh, like those things can change, right?
Mm-hmm.
These day
Yeah.
titles are important. It gets you to different roles
That's one thing always
that
gets
you
me
can.
when a company says, "Oh, your title doesn't matter."
Y-
Well, So you want me to have a lower title so you pay me less?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a
Okay,
cool
that's the
thing to
trick you're
do.
playing.
Yes.
You want me like some like bullshit title. Everyone does the same thing.
Yeah.
But no, I'm like director of data science. My pay should be like, you know.
Yeah. It helps you when you jump jobs with
Yeah.
the right titles.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you look at companies like Anthropic, you've seen this role where they're just posted as a specialist role, but the salary is 200K.
Yeah.
No joke. But my point is, title is important, but for me, there's something bigger. I want whatever that I do will have a positive impact on the society. I don't know how, but that's something that I always try to remind myself. Like it's one of the values that I want to put into my work when I do it. Yeah.
So let's say you're at your jobs, wherever your job is at, right? And you find out a brand new tool, right? You check the tool out, oh man, this will improve productivity by 30%, increase person. And then like you present it to everyone and they're like, nah, you know, we use Excel for 20 years. We're not using this.
Or
like,
budget.
Yeah. Like how do you like, no, like, do you like kind of give up for a little bit and come back later on? Or like, how do you handle that? Because like this tool is going to improve everything. I believe in it. And they're like, you know, show you the hand, like, no, take that someplace else.
Well, it depends how long I will be there at the position for. If it's like just a year, then I'm just gonna leave the information there for people. They can come back later if they want. I wouldn't waste too much of my energy. But then if I know that I'm gonna be there for a long term, and then I know it's gonna create like positive impacts for the people, I'm gonna fight for it. Yeah.
Are there any like, go-to data science tools that you use?
I'm sorry.
Like, any like go-to data science tools that you use?
Go-to right now is definitely Python,
Python, okay.
SQL, Excel sometimes.
You ever go in Excel like, man, what am I doing in Excel? I'm better than this.
Yeah, could be. There's certain thing that I figure it's quicker to do on Excel than the other tools, for example. But eventually it comes down to like who's the audience I'm gonna present the information to, which tool would be easier for them to manage. So that would be one of the questions I would ask before using them.
So what's your recommendation for someone who's not technical to become better at using data science to make decisions?
I would say start with creating graphs. Graphs can tell us a lot of stories from it. And in Excel, it made it very easy for people to create graphs. So I would say start from there. Yeah.
So I know if someone's like a software developer, they pretty much have to learn new stuff every week. Like it's changing so much, right? Is data science the same way where you have to like constantly learn because data science is changing all the time, or is data science like data science?
So I believe everything changes all the time. There's going to be new tool, new concepts. I wouldn't limit anyone to like just stop right where they are. So yeah, do definitely always do to catch up all the time.
Is data science like kind of new, or has it been around a long time?
It's been around a long time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna butcher it. May not be correct, but it started. Oh, I cannot tell the years because I don't want to butcher it. A long time. Yes.
Like in the 1900s?
Before 2000s for sure.
Okay.
Before the 2000s for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is someone known as like the father or the mother of data science? Like, is there like someone's like known as like the inventor of it or something?
Oh gosh, I should have known about this. You know what? I'm gonna save that question to Google it later.
Okay.
But thanks for asking.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah.
What do you see as like some of the challenges of the data science career field moving forward? Is it because AI might take it over or something, or like is it like?
Yeah, there's talk about that for sure. But again, I would say AI may, but the domain knowledge about something, because as I mentioned, data is data. Data without domain knowledge, it's not really complete as I see it. So we still need human input in the domain knowledge side for sure.
So how does one become a data scientist, so to speak? Have to have a certain type of degree field, a certain type of mindset?
Okay. I don't think you need to go to school for that. Um, I've seen people online from a very completely different fields, but these in this day and age, you can easily find um, educational videos on YouTube's. There's a tons of like free courses from um, different universities that they offer that one can definitely learn. So I don't think one need to go to school for that. But the reason why I went, just to put a disclaimer, because I need some like something more organized and someone to like guide me, and then the interactions between peers to learn. So
Yeah, I'm the
that's why.
same way. I could never go to YouTube University. I'm too disorganized.
Yeah.
I have to be sitting somewhere. Someone has to like do this, Jason, do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, kudos if you could go to YouTube University and you have enough discipline. More
Yes,
power to
you
you.
gotta have that.
Yes, that's not me. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's not me at all. Um, what's a skill you don't have that you want to learn?
Oh, that's a good one. Hmm. Persuading people. Like sometimes I feel like people might think that as like sometimes it's just my feeling of like I don't want to suck up to someone. But then at the same time, sometimes you really need that persuading skills to like persuasion skill to move things forward. I don't think I'm that good at that right now. It's something I really wish I could be better at.
So you said you're an introvert, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever like? So I'm an introvert too. Do you ever do this? Like you're an introvert, and he's like, man, I know I'm introvert, man. I got to go talk to someone today, right?
Hmm.
Like I know I want to be on myself, but man, maybe
Yeah.
I've been alone too much. Let me go find someone to talk to.
That's what happened during COVID to
Yeah,
me.
it's the same thing to me. Yeah,
Yeah.
same thing. Like man, I need to talk to somebody beside my family, right?
Uh-huh.
Anyone, some random stranger, a homeless
Yeah.
dude, someone, please. Yeah,
Like when it first broke out, everyone say, "Oh, you're gonna be in like you cannot get out, shouldn't interact with people." I would say, "Yeah, easy for me. I'm an introvert." But then the longer I stay
yeah,
in house
yeah,
all by myself, I
yeah,
could start like I have depression.
yeah,
So yeah, I totally get you. Yeah.
yeah. Um, how do you take care of yourself?
Take care of myself. So as I mentioned before, setting a boundary for me from the social media, from the internet. Um, I had a time where I just completely going MIA from social media, and for 3 years, and it completely changed me in so many different ways. It gives me a peace of mind, and it's also taught me to navigate the internet again when I should put a stop to it. It really helps with my mental health. So that's my main goal for now. Yeah.
So if you didn't have the current career, what do you think you would have been doing?
Like if I don't do anything data related. Ooh.
Guitar player.
Yeah, yeah. I would love to be a songwriter for sure. Yeah. I think it would be a great career to have.
So how do you think AI is going to affect data science or analytics and stuff like that?
I think like the simple thing it can do, doing graphs, doing simple statistic reports. But then again, for the third time, domain knowledge is something that I don't know if AI can take over the human. Yeah.
So what how put this? How do you like when some like let me for this. It's like suppose someone's in college right now thinking about being data science. What should they do, right? Or not do? Might be a better question.
Okay. Do start with internship as early as possible.
You know what? That's such a
Play.
great point. I know so many college kids like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm graduating 2 months. I need an internship. Like, man,
No, it
you are
doesn't work
so
like
far
that.
behind,
No,
right?
no.
And then like a lot of college kids are like, I can't get a job. They say I need experience, but I can't get hired. Like, no, that's an internship for.
Yeah.
You know.
And then there's data is everywhere now, and there's these public data resources that one can go and play around with it. Um, and YouTube's like these day and age, you can learn a lot of things for free. Do small projects; those help a lot. Like I wish I would I would do that sooner, but yeah, but better late than never. But if I could turn back time, that's what I would tell myself.
Do you have any like go-to Vietnamese restaurants?
Here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do. So a lot of people they would know about Vietnam through pho. But pho is like for me it's too basic. I like something called bún bò Huế. Bún bò Huế, it's like a spicy beef noodles. It's
Actually,
from the
I
central.
actually had that for lunch
You
today.
had that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad.
At least I think I did. Let me show the picture.
Oh, okay.
So
And
this right here.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. But I don't know if you have ever been to a restaurant here called Hoang Lan in the MLK Street,
No.
Seattle. Later, I'll give you the address. Please try there. I think. Oh gosh, this is really funny. But I remember back in the day, when I was doing my undergrads, I had bún bò Huế there, and I loved it since. And then I came back to Vietnam, try multiple different restaurants, but I couldn't find the right bún bò Huế that I had it as I had it here. And then I went to Malaysia. I found out another restaurant that has very good bún bò Huế, and I was like, why the hell like bún bò Huế tastes so good outside of the country, but I haven't. So if anyone know a good bún bò Huế place in Vietnam, please let me know.
Do you ever go home to Vietnam and like your family or friends like, oh, you're in Vietnam, Vietnam now. Now you can eat real Vietnamese food.
Yeah, definitely. But I mean, like the Vietnamese food here is also cooked by Vietnamese immigrants,
Yeah.
so they know what they
Yeah.
do. So I wouldn't say like Vietnamese food, real Vietnamese food, have to be in Vietnam. It could be. I would say it could be cooked by any Vietnamese.
Only thing I just think the ingredients in Vietnam are so much better. They're so much fresher. Like eat the food in Vietnam, the fruits and stuff is just so much better, right? Here everything's processed and like
Yeah. I definitely agree. But yeah, I mean, there's not much choice. But I think like a lot of Vietnamese restaurant here, they do really well with the cooking, so I don't mind.
So how many languages do you speak?
2.
Just the 2? Okay.
But I'm trying to learn Korean.
Okay.
Like for a few years, I'm trying to pick up here and there.
Trying to get on the K-pop bandwagon.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like I love the language itself, and but yeah, it's hard.
Have you been back to Malaysia since you left?
No,
No.
I haven't. Like honestly, I don't think I have any reason to go back there now.
So strictly business there.
Yeah, strictly for work there. But I do have friends there still. Maybe I'll visit them if I need to. Yeah.
Any travel plans coming up besides Vietnam, like in another country or something?
Oh yeah, Canada. I've never been. I know it's like right next door, and I've never been. The reason is because
It's right there, right? You can always go.
But I need to get a visa.
Okay.
And which I did.
You have to have a visa to go
last
to
year.
Canada?
Yeah, like
I don't know that.
okay. Yes, let's talk about that here. Maybe not a lot of people. So, passport, each country, they will have their own passport, and each country's passport will have their own ranking of power. Meaning, like, for example, you're in America. I assume you have an American passport. You can access to a lot of country without needing a visa. Vietnam, our ranking, we're trying with our ranking for sure, but there's still certain places that we still need visas to get into.
Okay.
For me, Canada, it's one of them. So I needed to get a Canadian visa for that, which I did. But yeah, I'm trying to plan around that to visit.
Okay. What do you think of the future of Vietnam is? Like I've been a few times. It's like, is this a vibe there? The personality, the stuff going on. It's all this tech stuff going on that people don't know about.
It's thriving.
Yeah. Someone told me like they said like Vietnam today is like Japan or Korea was like maybe 20 years ago, right? They compared it to that.
Completely different. And yesterday I just read about this article saying that from 2000 to 2020, Vietnam growth 270%. It's crazy. And how I see it is definitely thriving for sure. I have seen for me the last time I came back, I've seen business growing in such an incredible way. I have some examples. Um, like back in the day when I first came here for my undergrads, the only hot sauce, Vietnamese hot sauce that I saw was sriracha.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like most of the hot sauce that I experience here in the States, they're so vinegar.
Yeah.
It's so vinegary, and honestly, it's not really my cup of tea. But this time around, when I came back, I saw Jinsu. Jinsu is a very popular Vietnamese hot sauce, which I just gave
Yeah,
you
thank you.
earlier.
Yeah,
Please try
yeah.
it. And go around some Vietnamese restaurant here. I saw them also start using it. It doesn't taste vinegary, but it tastes amazing. I gave it to um, my American friend. They love it. So I hope you will enjoy it. Yeah, so Jinsu, I am so glad that they brought it over here because it's a great representation of Vietnamese hot sauce right there. Um, and then I've seen, like, when you go to Vietnam, I'm sure I don't know if you have been to Bến Thành Market.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's where you can get a lot of souvenirs from. But to me, they're very generic.
Yeah,
It's,
overpriced, terrorist traps. Yeah.
there's no personality to
Yeah.
it. But when I came back 2 weeks ago to Vietnam, I ran into these like also local souvenir stores where they self-design and they incorporate a lot of cultures like popular cultures in Vietnam right now into their design to make the souvenir. And I think it's such a breath of fresh air to see that, like, the younger generation start to make those kind of business, set themselves apart. And I think those, and another example, sorry, it's just like so many thoughts in my mind about that. We also have, speaking of K-pop earlier, we have local designers having stores in Vietnam for quite a while, but then their clothes are so unique that they caught the attention of the K-pop stylists. And we've seen K-pop star wearing Vietnamese design clothes. So I think those are such cool things to see. Like, we're reaching out to the world more and more. Yeah, and I'm very happy to see that.
One thing I tell people, like, of course, Vietnam is still a communist country, but I tell people in America, like, you might think you hustle, you might think entrepreneurial, but you know we're close to Vietnamese people, right? Because Vietnamese people, they are fucking hustling. They're like this last time I stayed. So the last time I was there, September of 2025, I stayed like maybe 800 meters from the Saigon Zoo, right?
Oh, okay.
And I walk in my apartment, and right there's this wet market, right? And them jokers be like 5 in the morning, midnight, that's hustling, selling stuff. And sometimes I'll be up upstairs work. I get tired, man. I got to take it. I'll go downstairs. Like, Jason, what the fuck you doing? Like these people are hustling, right? Get your ass back upstairs to do some work, right? But man, they're freaking hustling, right? They're like selling stuff. They're like, like it's like every house has like a coffee shop, you know. It's so entrepreneurial over there.
Yeah,
it's insane. Like, yeah.
And I think it's a very Saigon thing. Yeah, it's like a never sleeping city. I just have a question for you, if that's okay.
Yes, of course.
Like, before you came to Vietnam for the first time, do you have any like prior knowledge about the country or preconception about the country, and then you came there and then you found something different from what you already known?
Yeah, so I'll tell the story. I've told you before, right? So I have a good friend, Kevin.
Yeah.
He's an Army veteran too. He helps me on my podcast stuff, right? So he's from Laos. His wife, Mina, was born in Ho Chi Minh City. And Mina and her family moved to the States when she was 13, right? So January 2023, Kevin says, hey, Jason, you know, Mina's in college, and they're actually going to Ho Chi Minh City for 10 days September. I'm going to go with her. Can you come with me to hang out? Like, dude, I'm not going to Muffin, Vietnam, right? I told him, dude, if there's 100 countries to visit, Vietnam be number one, right? Because my mind, Vietnam, communist, Soviet Union's 1950. You got to get permission for everything. There's nothing to do, right? Of course, you laugh, you know, whatever. And finally, like around July, like, man, what a big dummy I am. Like, so I went, had a great time, met her family, did all kind of stuff, right? And it's like, oh, wow, like, shit, this is more vast of the States. Like, you see, like, all these buildings lighting up. Like, oh man, the grab is fantastic. I like. Have you heard the term called the walk of death?
Is it crossing the
Yeah.
road without looking for the motorcycles
Yeah,
coming at you?
yeah. I call it the walk of death.
It's a very Vietnamese thing.
Yeah, I call it the walk of death. The first few days, man, I'm not doing this, but like by the time I left the 10th day, I was like walking the traffic circles and stuff.
There you go.
And then the other funny story is like, so Kevin, man, Jason got on the back of a grab. Like, dude, I'm not gonna ride no fucking motorbike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And so I always ride a car, right?
Uh-huh.
And so the second time we went there, I had to go to a meeting, right? I had to be there on time, and a bike came. And so, man, either I get on the bike and hopefully I survive, or I'll miss the meeting, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's so many opportunities over there, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad you tried the bike.
Yeah, it's so fun.
You're gonna stuck in the traffic if you're going by car. For sure.
It's so fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
I also was saying, like in Vietnam, everyone comes an inch within death like a million times a day.
Yeah.
What's crazy about Vietnam is like, despite all the motorbikes or traffic craziness, I've probably been there total maybe like 99 days, maybe 120 days total. All that time I've seen like only 3 accidents.
Oh, okay.
One of them
glad.
was like this lady got hit. Everyone like, hey, it was the lady's fault, you know, because I guess she went off in the middle of the road like on a cell phone. And yeah, each 3 times it was the person who got hit's fault, right?
Yeah.
And like here on I-5, you might see 10 accidents a day, right?
Yeah, probably. I actually got into like small accidents in Vietnam last time I came back.
Oh, did you?
3 weeks, 2 accidents for me.
Oh, wow.
Thankfully, it was fine. But yeah, I was kind of get some trauma from that for a little bit, for sure.
It's just such fun there. Another thing about Vietnam, it's like so safe there, right? There were times I'd be out probably like drinking too much some random place like where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
If I was in the States, I'd be scared of shit right now. Yeah. And another thing, everything's so hospitable. Like you go to someone's house, like for afternoon. Are you hungry? No, I'm good. Oh no, you need a snack.
Yeah.
And they bring like a full course meal.
Oh, I'm glad.
Yeah.
Very the hospitality, it's really there.
Yeah, there's so many stories, right? It's just a good time, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad you had a good time. Some like for me, because I've already seen the good and the bad in the country already. So I don't know, like when people say, "Oh, we're going to Vietnam," like of course I want them to see all of these beautiful things, want them to have the good experience. So yeah, I'm glad that you had it.
Yeah, I think like too many tourists go that they stay like Ben Tham Market. This one you got to go out like District 12, District 8. You know, like go out. You know,
the good foods are from like districts that don't really sound familiar to a lot of people, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to experiment, so to speak, and you just can't be scared. Like, okay,
yeah.
You're like, what is this? Well, okay, they're eating it, so it must be safe. Let me eat it. Yeah.
Yeah. I also have a friend. He's Korean American. He went to Vietnam. He also told me very similar stories about how like people are very like friendly. Like some random guy on the street just like gave him a piece of like squid with like grilled squid on the street like out of nowhere, and I was like, dude, you shouldn't eat like random people's stuff on the street like that.
Yeah.
But he was like, no, everyone was so friendly.
So that might be one bad thing about Vietnam, but some places the hygiene ain't the best, you know.
I'm sorry.
But the hygiene's not the best somewhere. Like I've been in restaurants.
Oh,
One thing I learned when I first got out, I would just eat like random restaurants. And so one time I go to the bathroom, right, and like in the bathroom, oh shit, the bathroom's right here.
Oh,
there's no toilet paper. The kids are like, so from now on, I always go to the bathroom first, or I just eat street food, you know.
Yeah, totally get that. But in the defense for my own country, I would say it helps us. It helps us to build a really good immune system.
Yeah, I mean it's true. Yeah,
I would say like I don't have allergy or anything, so I guess it helps a little bit. But the thing is, it's kind of with the air right now in the city, it's pretty polluted.
Yeah,
to be honest.
Yeah, that is
So I remember like when I came back there a couple of weeks ago, I had like this bad allergy. Because of the air too, so I feel like, oh gosh, why am I getting so weak coming back from America? I feel so ashamed of myself growing up there, but yeah, I totally get you.
Yeah, I know they say don't drink the water, but when I went the first time, I was like, I used to like had to drink. I always eat the ice,
Oh
And Kevin like
no.
Kevin like, what are you doing? Like you eat? I said, I ate like it's like 3 or 4 days. I didn't
Yeah.
get sick or anything. Like,
Okay.
they're like, man, you're so lucky, man.
Yeah, I'm glad. I
Yeah.
think you're building a good immune
Yeah,
system from
I
there.
would eat
But
ice all the time. So my schedule was like when I was there the first time.
Mhm.
So let me tell you the story about the second time I went.
yeah.
So in this 10 days, right, had a great
Mhm.
time.
Mhm.
And so I decided to go in July.
Mhm.
So all the months of July and August, I was on LinkedIn, connect with people on in Ho Chi Minh City, like investors, tech people, founders, there's anyone I could connect with, right?
Mhm.
So even though I was like pretty much partying every day, drinking, whatever, I had like 3 or 4 meetings a day, right?
Mhm.
And so I set up, I build a pretty good community.
Mhm.
June 2024, Kevin says, hey, Jason, me and Mina got married pretty young.
Mhm.
We're going to get remarried in Ho Chi Minh City, February 6th, 2025.
Mhm.
Can you be in the wedding? Yeah, I'll be in the wedding, right?
Okay.
Was it 2025 or 2026? 2025, yeah.
Okay.
I say I'll be in the wedding. I'll get that January 24th, right? He said, cool,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
A month later, he says, hey, Jason, how many people know in Ho Chi Minh City? Like maybe a couple hundred.
Oh wow.
And like, hey, we had a meeting with Earth VC,
Uh-huh.
and they offer you to use the office when you want to. Yeah,
Mhm.
dude, you should bring your podcast and do the podcast in Vietnam.
Oh yeah.
So I did
Oh,
like 18 podcasts in Vietnam.
For real?
Yeah,
Oh wow. Did you have to bring all
I
the
bought all this
equipment
shit.
too?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah.
Crazy.
And I
I'm
talked
glad.
to so many. Just had a good time. Just built a lot of community.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
So craziest thing I ever eat was in Vietnam too.
Mhm.
So when I was there for the 90 days, getting ready to leave,
Yeah.
and so somehow I got addicted to those little white, I think called quail eggs.
Oh, quail eggs.
I
Yes.
addicted to that, and I got addicted to goose meat.
Goose meat.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And so a friend of mine said, "Man, Jason, I know you love goose meat. I know you're about to leave. We're gonna get together and take you to this goose meat restaurant, right?" It's like maybe 10 of us there. We're there, and we're looking at. I have no idea what it is. So I put, "What's this?" Oh, this is the best thing on the menu, Jason. It's called goose intestines. Goose intestines.
Okay.
Like, I'm gonna eat that shit, right? No, Jason, you gotta believe me. It's the best thing ever. That whatever, man. No.
Yeah.
And so they bring all this food out, right? Of course, by then I had like been drinking a lot of Tiger beer. Like, man, what's that? Oh, that's a goose intestines. Oh man, like that's kind of looks kind of tasty. Like, let me take a bite, right? Took a bite. Top 5 things I've ever ate in my life.
Yeah. I'm glad you tried.
Easily, yeah.
Yeah.
Easily, yeah. It's yeah.
Yeah, but that's how you immersed in the culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the right way to do it.
Yeah, but I don't think I'll ever be able to learn the language though. Just too hard.
You're good. It's okay. Like for me,
Yeah.
learning the language, the easiest thing to do is learning the food name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can crack that down first, I think you're good to go.
And I did try to learn. Like, of course, I know how to say hello, goodbye,
Yeah.
thank you.
Uh-huh.
And I try to learn like other phrases, and people just say, Jason, like we want to learn English, right? We don't want to teach you Vietnamese, teach us English,
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, when you learn, like when you made an effort like that, to me, it's like showing sign of being respect to the
Yeah.
culture as well. So I still appreciate that.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing about Ho Chi Minh City, like 2 afternoon, 2 in the morning, there's something going on, right?
Yeah, always.
At the time, like, man, I wish I could just, like, I don't know, just be awake for like 24 straight hours,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
no matter how strong the coffee is, you still have to, like, go to sleep sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So my routine was, when I was there for 9 days, I would wake up in the morning, go to the rooftop, stretch out, whatever, work out, go downstairs, take a shower, go to this coffee shop around the corner, get like a ice milk coffee and a big ass watermelon juice, like maybe $2-3, Then for lunch, maybe get a plate of chicken and rice,
Yeah.
$2.
Uh-huh.
A bowl of pho, like $2. Of course, sometimes you got to ball out and spend a lot of money, but you can live so cheaply over there.
Yeah, yeah. I
Good
mean,
food, whatever.
But it's just so you know, like Ho Chi Minh City, it's pretty expensive these days, to be honest.
Yeah.
I
And
know,
that- yeah.
when you do conversion from
And that's something you got to
US
keep in mind too.
dollars.
Even like you go there, it's like America, whatever. You have some money, you got to keep in mind. Okay,
Yeah.
even though this was like $1 for me, this is like a whole month's
It's still,
salary.
yeah.
So I always try to keep that in mind, like not like kind of be like a brag or a flash,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
always talk,
But I totally get you
yeah.
on that. Yeah.
Oh, so one time I was in French, right? And so for some reason, the previous 2 weeks, they pay for everything, right? Hey, Jason,
Yeah.
we got you whatever, And we have something maybe a Coke or a beer or whatever. And so we decided to go like hang out this one night, right? So there was this one like rooftop bar. I think it was in District 3. Like, you know what? Y'all be nice to me. Like, I got everything tonight. Are you sure? It's kind of expensive. I looked
Yeah.
up right there. Okay, I got it right. But it's funny. Like we were there for a while. I'm like, man, we spent a lot of money, right? And so I asked for the bill, right? Oh shit, we could party for 4 more hours, you know. And another thing that got me too is like the denomination of the money is like $500,000. I still have a problem. Like, man, I'm spending $500,000.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, it's still like $8.
Yeah,
I still have time like grasping that in my mind,
Yeah, that's pretty interesting point that you mm, pointed out on the currency conversion.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's cool.
I think I've been one time to this beach south of Ho Chi Minh City one time.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember the name of it.
Vũng Tàu,
Yeah,
I
that's it.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been anywhere else yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Please. There's so many more
Yeah.
on the other regions of
Yeah.
the country. Next one. Can I give you a recommendation?
Please.
Hanoi for sure.
Yeah.
Hanoi,
Yeah. Everyone
they
says
have
that.
good
Hanoi.
food.
Yeah.
The central we have Huế, Huế or Hội An. Hội An, it's where Da Nang, like
Okay.
very nearby Da Nang. So those are the places I think you should.
And also, I want to go to the place. I guess Vietnam. They discovered like a few years ago. Y'all have like the biggest cave in the world there.
Yeah. So
But I heard it's like a 1 or 2 year wait or something to get in there.
yes, and you have to train for it, and you have to register for it. It's not like you can just go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I heard.
I want to go, but I don't know if I want to go that bad.
maybe why not? Why
Yeah.
you still can?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Any chance you ever go back to Vietnam and live full time, or this you're gonna be in America the rest of your life?
Oh, this is a question I need to answer very carefully,
Mm.
considering the current atmosphere in
Yeah.
the States. I would still want to explore the world,
Yeah.
no matter where I am.
Yeah.
I would just put it as that. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
You lived in Ho Chi Minh City like from birth to 17, right?
Yeah.
And so you pretty much know the whole city pretty good, right?
Oh yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. No,
Okay.
unfortunately. The reason being is because my parents, they're really protective of me. So everywhere I go, they would take me on their motorbike. So basically, since I was born until I turned 17, they would just bring me from home to school, to my grandparents. Like I rarely really go out. Like for me, I was pretty different from my friends because they get their own.
So you had
bicycle
you had like a
and
very protective upbringing, so to
parents.
speak.
Yeah. I would.
Are you
say.
are you the only child?
No. I have an older sister, but she's like 9 years older. And then she went to Singapore, and she, just like me, she doesn't know how to ride the motorcycle there. So I didn't get a chance to go out much myself. Thankfully, later on we have Grab, so I have more autonomy to like go around the city. But yeah, I feel kind of ashamed to say that, but I don't really know the city that well.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
Based on what you know, don't know about the city. Let's suppose someone said, "Hey, I want to go to Ho Chi Minh City. I want you to be my tour guide for a week."
Yeah.
Where would you take this person?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I had a boss when I was working at Expedia. My boss, she's from the Philippines, so she visited Ho Chi Minh City for sure. I took her to Ben Thanh Market, the Independence Palace, and food-wise, I would take them to like the street coffee place where you can sit like straight on the street for that. And from the last time I discovered these like Vietnamese souvenir place, I would take them there. They're have some unique style. So yeah.
So one thing I would do like once a week when I was there, I would just like get a map of Ho Chi Minh City and just randomly like point somewhere, and I would go there for the day.
Oh really?
So one time I went to this park. I think it's District 10, District 12. It's a park that's named after this Viet Cong general. So I went there. It's a big park, right? So I went there one time. Got some watermelon juice. I'm sitting there. I'm sitting in the park. There's this big lake in there, right?
Yeah.
I'm not paying attention, and then I see like this fishing poles, right? And I figure out like, oh, they're having a fishing contest.
Oh really?
Yeah. I'm like, wow.
That is so random.
Yeah, so random. I
Yeah.
just so all stuff like that. Another thing I think I like about Ho Chi Minh City, like you might go playing with your friends, and it just goes totally somewhere different, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like, how do we end up here? Like we're here, now we're here. Like what are we even doing here,
Yeah.
right?
There's always something's going on, I'm sure. And I think you're gonna know more about the city than I do eventually.
What's funny is last time I went, some people were there the same time as I were. I didn't really know them, but someone said, "Hey, these people are here," and I was like basically a tour guide for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Um, what's So we can't convince you to play guitar outside.
Oh, please don't. I wouldn't be able to lift a finger for sure. I have just to be here like talking to you.
This
That's
is
a
great. Yeah,
huge
yeah.
improvement for me because um, sitting in a crowd, oh, it's gonna give me a heart attack for sure. Yeah, but funny enough, I still have to do like presentations
Yeah.
to like people every once in a while. But
So how do you do it? Like so you said earlier, you need to work in persuading people. Like how do you like? So you have this thing that you can't persuade people. How do you get over that? Like actual presenting for people, like
I think getting well prepared, it's helps a lot for sure because I still need to do that. Like I worked on past projects where I have to give them numbers, reason, insights on why they should move forward with certain things. So yeah, like being well prepared helps definitely.
One thing I'm jealous of, like how people they can just like get up and talk about anything, like
Oh,
like
I
like
can't.
you can tell, hey Tom Brown, give us 30-minute speech on the moon, and they can do it like that.
Oh gosh,
I,
I'm
I can,
jealous of
yeah,
those
I have to
too.
like prepare and
Yeah.
practice, yeah.
I just cannot wing it. I can't.
Another thing about me is kind of weird, like I'm an introvert, but I actually love speaking in front of people, right?
Oh,
But with
really?
me, I cannot practice in front of everyone, right?
Yeah.
I cannot practice
You can't.
like, yeah,
Mhm.
like it's like you the guitar.
Yeah.
Someone said, Jason, practice your speech. Nah, I'm not doing that shit.
Yeah.
No. Jason, do it, or you can't give the presentation. Well, I won't be giving the presentation. Jason, practice, and we give $1,000,000. I don't have $1,000,000 now, so I'm not gonna miss it. I don't know what it is. I just I shut down. I don't know if it's anxiety or nerves. I can't do it.
Totally get it.
I refuse to
Yeah.
do it. And you live down at the Tacoma, right?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And you've been there. How long have you been down there?
I think my last 2 years of college.
Okay.
And going back to school this time so this is my second year, so 4 years in Tacoma.
Okay.
Strangely, I didn't find there's much change. Like the last time I was in Tacoma, I think it was in 2015, and I was back here for school in 2024. It's still pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's something about America that you wish more Vietnamese people knew about?
Oh, yeah, that's a good question. I mean, the internet, it's so out in the open right now. So, oh, okay. I think Vietnamese, a lot of, like, shouldn't say a lot of them, but I see some of them, they have this misconception that once you back from America, like everyone is rich. That's not true. I've seen people working there as of here. And the reason why they can spend very comfortably when they're in Vietnam is because of the currency difference.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I would say. So that's a huge misconception. And then, but also it's a free country. It's beautiful in a sense. I think here, at least in Washington, because I spend all of my time here in the States in Washington, you guys have everything here in Washington. Mountain, river, forest, sea. So it's a very unique location, in my opinion. The weather is beautiful, especially in the summer, not really in the rain season. But yeah.
And then the reverse of the question.
Oh, reverse of
Yeah.
the question. What would I want the American to know about Vietnamese? We're not okay. So there's a stereotype that I've heard a lot about Vietnamese here is that we go here just to do nails. But there's other different variation for sure. I've seen a lot of smart, intelligent Vietnamese. They're doing more in so many like high regarded fields, doctor, lawyers, professors. I'm pretty sure you guys know we have intelligence people, and we're thriving right now. And if anything, I hope that we're not so stuck in the same stereotype like we own know. Like, I think it's very bad to assume about people. Never assume. I hope people would like give a chance to like ask open-ended question instead of like making assumption. So yeah, that's my general message about this.
Yeah. So Mimi, is there anything I should have asked you that I haven't asked you yet, or anything else you want to talk about?
Nope, we're good.
You good?
It's
Okay.
such a great conversation. Thank
Thanks.
you so much.
How can people reach out to you?
I'm on LinkedIn.
Okay.
So via Mimi Nguyen. So please reach out to me there. Yeah.
Here's a question I just thought about. I always feel like the last name you have, that's a pretty like a popular name in Vietnam, right? Your last name's like pretty like
Nguyen, yes, it's pretty.
Is it? I heard. I might be mixed up, but I remember reading somewhere like a century ago, this emperor. No one had like last names, and the emperor had a last name of Nguyen, and everyone took that name on.
Yeah, along that line for sure. There's some political reasons where, okay, how do I put this? I heard that because of the war, when like certain family name may get killed, so that's why they change it to save themselves. So that's one variation that I heard. I don't know if it's true, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last thing, can you give us any advice or wisdom or anything you want to talk about?
Okay, I hope that people would explore more about different cultures. I think I have heard a lot of Americans, they haven't get a chance to like travel abroad. But you guys have such a strong passport. So and just by traveling you can learn so much about like just open your mind so much. Like immerse yourself in a country where you don't necessarily speak the language. It's a beautiful thing. So like I don't just talk about American, but anyone in the world. I would say if you have a chance, I hope that you get to travel because it's actually a privilege and not a lot of people have that chance. So, but at the same time, I would say since English is my second language, I have firsthand experience in like having issues or difficulties learning the language. So, but at the same time, I'm so thankful like people giving me grace to like teach me when I don't know something, like spare the precious time. So I hope that if you see anyone attempting a second, third, or a language other than their mother tongue, please give them grace, give them guidance if you can. Yeah, it will be so helpful.
Mimi, thanks for your time today. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me here. I hope everyone have a good day.
And to our listeners, thank you for your time as well. Remember to be great every day.